Last time we were speaking about the first step towards becoming spiritually perfect. Now, when we use the word spiritual there, I'm using that word to just because I don't have any other word. But we are not referring to any spirit. That's the important thing. Now, in the Judeo-Christian or Western way of thinking, there is a division into the world. The whole world is divided into a spiritual and a material. And when we use the word spiritual, we are referring to that division. And that also includes the soul and God. But that is not what I am trying to say. Here, spiritual is simply what we might call the religious, or religious evolution, we might say. And it is this evolution that leads to perfection. So once we have got saddha, I said, was this appreciation of that goal, or appreciation of goodness, or the perfection in goodness. Once we have started through this goal orientation, the next step is to become good. So when we begin to become good, what we do is we begin to become good in our behavior, good conduct, based on a moral sense, thinking in terms of good and bad. Our morality, when we speak of morality, very often we think of the morals of different cultures. Morality is culturally conditioned. We think one culture, what one culture calls moral or morality, is not the same as what another culture would see as moral behavior. And to be able to live according to the morals of a particular culture is not really becoming good. The goodness, we can speak of goodness in two ways. One is to think of goodness in a way which is called an autonomy. Autonomy is good. And the other is heteronomy or heteronomic good, which means you behave in a certain way which other people think is good, and you are trying to satisfy other people by your behavior. But inside, in your private life, you may be bad. that kind of goodness is not real goodness. The goodness must come from within. So we have to understand what we mean by good and bad. And this goodness begins with an understanding of the meaning of goodness and the value of goodness. So understanding the value of goodness is what is called samma ditti. I translate that as the harmonious perspective. The harmonious perspective means that it is free from conflict. It brings about harmony. So, harmony not only with society, harmony with reality, and harmony within yourself. Because there is a part of yourself, usually called the conscience, which comes in conflict with your feelings or your desires or your actions, your behavior. So the harmony within and harmony without, which is the harmony that we are talking about. And the harmony outside is mainly the conflict. We remove the conflict with society and the conflict with reality. So, when we want to be good, we have to have a proper meaning of what we mean by good. So, when we think of being good, the Buddhist way is to think of goodness as that which leads to happiness. And what is bad is that which leads to unhappiness.